The reason you're not getting hired isn't what you think. You're getting rejected even though you have the experience, and it's not because you're not qualified. It's because you don't feel easy to hire. Here's the thing, the best candidate doesn't usually get the job. The candidate who feels easiest to hire does. And while you're focused on saying the right answers, the hiring manager is thinking something completely different. They're thinking, do I like them? Do they feel like a safe bet? And can I trust them? Not are they the most qualified? If you don't understand that shift and the psychology behind how hiring decisions actually get made, you are losing offers you absolutely should be getting. So let me show you how to fix that by thinking the way a hiring manager is actually thinking in an interview. Hi, I'm Kate Kirshner. I've spent the last 20 years helping people actually get hired, and here's what's really happening in interviews. Every hiring decision comes down to 3 questions. Do I like them? Do they feel like a safe bet? And can I trust them to deliver? Let's start with the one most people completely miss. Do you feel like a safe bet? Hiring managers are not actually looking for the perfect candidate. They're trying to avoid the wrong one. So your job is to reduce that risk, and the fastest way to do that is to show them you understand their problem and can solve it. This is where most candidates go wrong. They talk about what they were responsible for instead of showing the impact they made. Instead of saying, I manage workflows, say, in my last role, our team was losing about 10 hours a week in manual work, and I streamlined the process and cut that time in half. Now you're not just describing your job, you're showing them I solve problems like the ones you're hiring for. And when a hiring manager sees that, they stop thinking, are they qualified, and start thinking, this person could fix what we're dealing with. The other way you reduce risk is through better research. And I don't mean reading the About Us page of their website, because everyone does that. Look at what the company is posting on social media, recent investor reports and press releases. And if you don't know how to find that kind of insight really quickly, I break that down in another video called Stop Applying in 2026, because most people are researching the wrong way. Once you have your research done, reflect what you learned through it in your answers. Because when you do that, they start thinking, this person already understands where we're headed, and that is incredibly powerful when they're making the hiring decision. Now, once you feel like a safe bet, the next question becomes, do they actually like you? The first thing a hiring manager is deciding is this: would this person be easy to work with? Because people hire people they like. So your goal in an interview is not to be perfect, it's to feel easy to hire. That starts with one simple rule. Do not speak negatively in your interview. Do not trash your last boss, coworkers, and do not vent about your company, even if they were really awful. Because the second you do, the hiring manager starts thinking, this is how they're going to be talking about us someday, and now you feel like a risk. The second piece is showing just a little bit of personality. You do not need to be robotic to be professional. In fact, that works against you. Here's an example. If you love basketball like this girl and you see a March Madness bracket on their desk, say, how's your bracket holding up? Because mine got destroyed last weekend. That's it. Now you're not just another candidate. You're someone they can actually picture talking to every day. And that matters more than people realize. Being likable isn't fluff, it's strategy. Now, at this point, they like you, they feel like you're a safe hire, but you can still lose the offer here because the final question they're asking is, do I trust this person to actually deliver? And here's the part most people need to hear. You already got the interview out of hundreds of applications. They already believe that you could be the person that they want. So you're not there to prove your worth from scratch, you are there to confirm it. The easiest way to do that is through structure. Do not ramble. Use a simple framework. What was the challenge you solved? What did you do, and what was the result? When your answers are clear, you sound credible. When your answers are scattered, you create doubt. The other way to show authority is by asking better questions. Instead of asking something generic, say, I saw you're expanding into new markets. What's been the biggest challenge so far, and how would this role support that? Now you're not just answering questions, you're thinking like someone already in the role. Now, this last part is where you separate yourself. At the end of the interview, most candidates say, thank you so much for your time. And that's it. Here's what you should do instead. Reflect something they told you, connect it to your experience, and ask this. Earlier, you mentioned that one of your biggest challenges is insert the pain point. In my last role, I handled something very similar. Give an example. Is that how you picture someone in this role contributing? Now, something very powerful happens. They start talking about you in the role, and once they can see you in that role, that image sticks. Then close with, what are the next steps and when should I expect to hear back? And follow it with, if I don't hear back by then, is it okay if I follow up? Now you've created a small commitment. You've set expectations and you have kept yourself top of mind. Hiring decisions come down to three things. Do I like them? Do I trust them? And do they feel capable? If you can hit those three, you don't just interview well, you get offers. And if you're tired of getting interviews and still not getting the offer, that's exactly what I fixed. And if you're not ready for one-on-one support, check out my Get Seen guide. I'll link it below. And if this helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also find me at KirshnerCareers.com. I've got a lot more of these videos coming your way, besties.